So Steve, everybody in the Canadian accounting industry probably knows of you or has seen your name somewhere. So for everybody, please tell us, what have you been up to recently?
Wow, how long have we got? I'll try and be concise. I've got a lot of recruiting projects on the go, looking for senior CAs and CGAs for good accounting firms. So if you're looking to move, send me your resume. We're doing a lot of mergers and succession planning with more mature practitioners. We've got the Accountants Dinner Circle up and running, and that seems to be going well. I've now got 7 DVDs out in the marketplace, and 3 more new books coming out within the next 12 months or so. And of course, I'm still writing for the Bottom Line, so that'll give you a little bit of a flavor.
Based on your knowledge and your work, what percentage of CAs in practice are in firms under 3 partners, or 3 partners and less?
Probably somewhere in the order of 75%, so maybe 80.
And of those firms, what percentage are in firms 2 partners and less?
Again, probably around 75% of those.
Okay. And of those firms, how many are sole practitioners?
I would say the vast majority in numbers would be sole practitioners.
So Steve, it's clear that the group that we just referred to make up the majority of CAs in practice today. So for purposes of this discussion, let's refer to these guys as the little guys. Can you speak to where you see these little guys are in the profession today? And where do you see this group, these little guys, going in, say, the next 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years?
These guys, my heart goes out to them because I think a lot of them are getting really frustrated. First of all, it's what the Institute's doing to them to begin with, where they feel as if they're being pushed out of the assurance market, which traditionally has been our bread and butter. And those who do decide to stay in that market are finding it more difficult to make a decent profit margin on those assignments because of all of the additional administrative work that we're having to do on those files that the client doesn't want to pay for. So that's the first issue. The second issue is, as we have a larger group of baby boomers marching towards retirement age in the next 5-10 years, I see a danger that there could be an oversupply of firms for sale. So a number of these people are also looking for merger opportunities as a prelude to their exit strategy. And the third thing, and this is what really gets me interested in as far as the Business Mentors Network goes and what it can do for people, is that they're looking for something different. They want to be able to enjoy their day-to-day work, have fun with some of their better clients, and truly earn what they're worth because they're providing value to their clients, rather than sitting in front of a client whose eyes are glazed over as they're going through the financial statements and nodding off almost. That's got to be soul destroying for someone who's worked so damned hard to get to the point where they have all of this knowledge in their head and yet nobody asks them for the benefit of that.
What do you feel is the overall mindset of the little guys today with respect to their businesses or practices? Can you speak to this?
Again, I go back to the key word being frustration. Okay. Feeling underappreciated and looking for a better way. It's as if they're in a mist or a fog and they know there's a better way, or there has to be a better way out there to run their practice or their business, but they're not sure what it is. And I think that a lot of them are looking for some form of leadership to clear that mist and show them a pathway to having more fun at work, making more money, working with clients who they actually like and enjoy interacting with, and who appreciate the knowledge that the CA has between their ears, that they're not selling time. Just think of Picasso. If he sold a painting based on the time it took him to create, they'd be $10 each. But it's the experience and the expertise and the knowledge that we gather over the years that we're looking to put to good use.
Tell me, why the Business Mentors Network? Why today?
Why today, I think I'll answer first, because I've now got to the point in my own organization and my own business where I've got time to do a proper job of this. And I didn't want to launch the Business Mentors Network, which has been an idea percolating for probably 5 or 6 years now, when I first registered the domain name. It must be 6 years ago. And I didn't want to commit to something that I knew I couldn't do properly. So I've now got to the stage where I am able to do that, and I want to commit to this wholeheartedly. So that's why now, in as much it's a simple lack of resources before, or lack of availability of time. The bigger question is why Business Mentors Network? And that's a great question. I could literally talk all day about that, but I'll try and be concise again. And I think this offers the one thing that a lot of CAs are out there looking for, and that's hope. That's hope that there's a better way of interacting with clients. Hope that they're not going to be seen forever as just the year-end guy, or the year-end gal for that matter. It's not forever going to have them be seen as a bean counter or a pen pusher, but as a true business mentor to their clients. And that's why I chose that name for the organization, so that we can, between ourselves, Stephen and me, be mentors to our members, but also help our members be mentors to their clients in helping them build a better business, which is what the majority of our better clients want. So that's why the BMN, we're here as a conduit, if you like, to help you think your way to a better lifestyle and to create the practice you always wanted in the first place, but didn't have the resources to build.
What challenges of your prospective members do you feel the BMN addresses?
Again, I think there's a number of challenges that practitioners are facing that the BMN will look to, if not solve entirely, but certainly offer a very sensible solution to. First thing is that feeling of, as a sole practitioner, you have no one else to talk to. It's a very lonely job. And you may go home and you may talk to the family, you may talk to your wife, you may talk to some friends or buddies, but nobody really understands what it's like to be you. We do. We were that soldier, so to speak, both of us, forming this organization. We're coming from the grassroots level where we understand the frustrations that the majority of our members will be the smaller firms, and this is our background. So we understand the frustrations and what makes you go home in a bad mood and not look forward on Sunday evening to going to work on Monday morning. And we've both been through the experience of firing bad clients and the sense of relief that you can get from that. And having that peer group to share those frustrations and the solutions to them is just the tip of the iceberg. Because what members will get is 4 or maybe 5 coaching phone calls each year from one of the 2 founders who have already been there. Also, being a sole practitioner or in a very small firm, you're never quite sure if what you're doing is the right thing to be doing. You've got no other benchmark to compare your practice to. And again, we can offer a solution to that. And we can offer not necessarily tools, but more ideas and concepts that will help you run your practice more like those of who are demonstrating best practices today, and we can share those ideas and concepts with you and give you that comfort of knowing that you are on the right track.
What are the primary benefits of the Business Mentors Network?
I think the primary benefits, apart from the camaraderie that you might get and having other people to bounce ideas off, I think the single biggest benefit a lot of people will see in this is having someone else to talk to, having a coach, if you like, in terms of how to manage their own practice in a more efficient, more profitable manner. Yes, there is always going to be compliance work. This is not about moving entirely away from compliance. This is about leveraging the compliance clients that you have to generate more revenue from them, not in a callous, selfish manner, but by providing additional benefits to them. And Stephen and I, we're both going to be here providing telephone coaching to our members in how to basically achieve that. What are your biggest challenges? What are you facing right now that is an issue that you need some help with? Are you looking to sell additional services to your clients? Stephen and I are here to help you think your way to a better life, basically. And you'll get at least 4 phone calls, 1 a quarter, plus an introductory phone call from one of us. And whoever deals with you will be determined on what your needs are, but we're going to tailor a program of coaching for you, included in your subscription costs, that are going to help you make that initial start and be accountable to someone as well.
Who exactly is the ideal member for the Business Mentors Network? Can you perhaps describe the attributes that you're looking for in a member?
I think some of the attributes I'll cover first of all. I think they've got to be open-minded, they've got to be young at heart, they've got to have a sense of fun and adventure, and they've got to be fearless. I think they're the key attributes that we would be looking for in the ideal member. Now, if you don't have all of those, that's fine, but you've got to have an open mind. If you don't have an open mind, we're definitely not for you. Having said that, for those who do want to make some radical changes for the better in their practice, then you've certainly come to the right place. Also, a lot of practitioners are fairly resistant to change by nature. We're conservative as a bunch, aren't we? However, a lot of us recognize that some changes have to be made. And for some practitioners, a change might be just fairly small. For other practitioners, it might be like this. And it's just a question of what your comfort zone is and what you're prepared to do as a first step. We're going to be here to help you do that. So they're the key attributes that we would be looking for, I think. In terms of who is the ideal member, I think we're looking for someone who is a fairly small, who runs a fairly small practice. We're not for the big four and the mid-tier firms. Absolutely not, because both of our backgrounds is from the small practice. So we are basically by small practitioners for small practitioners. Now, how small is small? I think anyone working from their basement with no staff could get tremendous benefit from working with us, all the way up to maybe the 2 or 3 partner firm as our ideal sort of sweet spot for where we can add the most value. So I think that would be a typical profile of our ideal member.
Exactly. What will the BMN provide in terms of services to its members?
There's a lot of aids that we've put together to help people move forward with making changes in their practice. Anything from Towards Awesome Client Service, which helps a practitioner think from the client's perspective rather than our own perspective, through to the Profit Improvement Program, which I think is a fabulous tool or fabulous aid for helping practitioners make that change and go down that route and be there almost holding your hand step by step through the process. There'll be an annual conference which you'll all be able to attend. You'll get a free monthly newsletter from our organisation as a member with little tidbits of ideas of how you might tweak this or change that as part of your journey as a member. There will be a wide range of other products that we'll be making available to you, such as my own DVDs, for example. We'll be sending one of those out each month once you become a member, so that it gives you time to take it to work. Sit down with your staff over lunch and have a brown bag lunch and learn for an hour watching a video about either succession planning or marketing and so on. Talking of marketing, we have a number of marketing aids that you can download and use in your own practice. For example, maybe a seminar that we have for you to put on to help you sell value-added services to your better clients. And the list goes on, but I think that gives you a fairly comprehensive overview. For more details, just look at the website, www.businessmentors.ca, and just go around and be nosy, prod around, have a look here, have a look there, and discover the full range of things that we offer, and I think you'll be impressed.
And lastly, Steve, perhaps speak to launch date, timing, where, when, how, all that good stuff.
In terms of when we're going to launch, we're aiming for late September, early October soft launch. And what that means is that we're looking for a few guinea pigs to come and join us. And what we'll do is we'll offer you a sort of a 14 or 15 month, October, November, December, plus the full year. So that's 15 months of membership for a 12-month fee. And during those first 3 months, we will be counseling with you in terms of, here's what we have so far, here's what we're looking to add, what do you see the greatest value in, what do you see no value in at all, what should we delete and what should we bring in, and what sort of new things would you like to see from us. So it will be very much your community rather than ours as this evolves, and a hard launch probably January 2013, when we hope everything will be sort of all the wrinkles ironed out, All the new products finished and developed and online and downloadable and ready to go.